They say some campuses teach more than history. Some teach memory, others teach regret. Tonight, I'm taking you somewhere personal, somewhere that still lingers with me. As an art student, we're gonna go over Keystone College in Plume, Pennsylvania, a campus where art hangs on old walls, bells toll over quiet lawns, and the past refuses to stay buried. This is not a place where ghosts announce themselves loudly. They linger, they wait, they breathe with you. And if you listen closely, you might smell lavender. Fear tingles down your spine and hairs stand on end. Mysteries unknown and tales in the dark. Are you ready? Hello? Long before dorm rooms and galleries, this land was an ingenious ground, a place of ritual, passage, and burial. For decades, students and locals have whispered that parts of Keystone were built atop a native burial ground, especially the art section. And wherever burial ground legends exist, so do patterns. A native woman, a floral scent, a presence that feels ancient, not angry. Lavender is not native to this region, which is exactly why people never forget smelling it. I've heard countless accounts of her, standing near the trees, lingering by buildings, especially the drawing room, disappearing the moment you realize you're not alone. Not threatening, just watching. Because if a spirit wanted subtlety, she'd choose lavender, not chains, not screams. Lavender. The land was never empty, it was borrowed. Keystone's art exhibits are one of its prides, rotating collections layered over very old foundations. And art has a way of amplifying energy. People describe footsteps when rooms are empty, paintings that feel a little too observant, and that same lavender scent drifting through the gallery halls. I remember standing in those spaces feeling like I was being quietly evaluated, not in danger, just assessed. Art preserves emotion, trauma included. There is a window on campus that still makes my stomach tighten. The story attached to it is one of many students known in fragments that a boy supposedly unalived himself by hanging himself in what was once a teacher's office. Most people glance at the window and move on. I didn't get that luxury. One night I looked up and I saw it. A shadow figure inside the window, not a reflection, not lighting. It was moving back and forth. I could see the shape of its shadow, the outline of its body, and when it turned, when it shifted its head to look out the window, I knew it wasn't imagination. It was darker than the dark behind it, the kind of darkness that absorbs light instead of reflecting it. It didn't rush, it didn't vanish, it simply watched. Because apparently, even shadows respect dramatic pacing. After that night, though, the window never felt empty again. Campus bells are meant to guide students, class changes, time. But bells also mark endings. Stories have circulated for years that a woman died at the bell tower, her life ending beneath it. Another individual threw themselves from a window nearby. Whether every detail is documented or passed down through student memory, one thing remains consistent. High places, final moments, a heaviness that settles in your chest when you walk beneath them. Some people swear they hear the bell when it hasn't rung. Others says it rings once. Just once. This is the story people whisper, that a young woman took her life in a girl's bathroom. What followed became one of Keystone's most unsettling legends. A girl with dark hair seen in mirrors, bloody handprints appearing over a stall door, a feeling of someone standing inches behind you when no one else is there. And here's where it becomes personal. I believe I had her old dorm room because when I stayed in that room too long, something changed. I became depressed, not homesick, not stressed, heavy, drained, like sadness without a source. I avoided the bathroom whenever I could, and the more time I spent in that dorm, the worse it got. And here's the part that sticks with me. When I left the dorm, when I spent less time there, the depression lifted gradually, quietly. I felt like myself again. No medication change, no sudden life improvement, just distance. And whether you believe in hauntings or not, I know what I felt, and I know when it stopped. Before it was Morse Hall, the building served as an old boys' school, and this part of the story must be handled carefully. For years, there have been rumors, not formal accusations, not documented charges, that a man associated with the building may have been inappropriately involved with students. What is known, a man died inside the building. Reports of aggressive, uncomfortable energy followed. Doors slamming, the sensation of being watched with intent. Morse Hall never felt natural. Some places don't, and that's why they have a haunted tour at Keystone every year. When you step back, a pattern emerges. Burial ground foundations, repeated deaths involved height or hanging, apparition tied to grief, emotional disturbances that lift when you leave. This doesn't feel random, it feels remembered. The land remembers, the buildings amplify, and the people passing through feel the echo. Lavender, shadows, bells, different eras, same whisper. Keystone College is quiet at night, too quiet. If you walk those paths after dark, you might feel nothing, or you might feel watched. If you smell lavender, stop, listen, because some stories don't want to be retold, they want to be acknowledged. This has been Nightly Haven, where history doesn't sleep, and sometimes it remembers you. Have a good night, guys. Bye.